Hello all, it's Dr. Dave Maslach talking to you about reciprocity once again. Going for my walk, last week I was walking with the family and I thought I saw a puddle up ahead. I'm not wearing my glasses, and in fact it was a water moccasin, a very venomous snake. Everybody else saw it, but I thought it was water. But what I wanted to talk about today on this walk, hopefully I don't step on a water moccasin, is the fact that we are so incredibly privileged to be here in this world and doing the things that we're doing. So if you don't know me, I'm an associate professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There were so many people that helped me out that I wanted to pay the favor forward to help you out. So it's absolutely amazing that I can communicate to you right now, and it doesn't matter where you are in this world, and you could be part of my journey. And it's absolutely amazing that I grew up in Northern Ontario in a tiny little town with 6,000 people. It was cold, minus 40 for 6 weeks of the year. I'd snow machine to school. And it's absolutely crazy that I am in Florida right now with this remarkable journey that I've been on. It's truly amazing that I actually was able to get here and build a community with you. And I think it's absolutely amazing that everybody can do this in this world around us at this moment, that we can do the things that we truly want to achieve if we simply just think 10, 20, 30 years in advance and plan towards getting there. So if you're watching this and you are currently in rural China, if you are in rural Brazil or in the streets of Brazil, if you are in India right now and you're watching this, you really should be paying attention to planning out where you're going to go in 20 years. I know it's really tough. I know it's a struggle. It's a struggle for me absolutely every day. I record that and make sure that you see that it's an absolute struggle to do the things that we do, even in this crazy town that we call Tallahassee, this crazy and wild town that we call Tallahassee. But what I want you to sort of think about is where you want to be in 10 to 20 years. And I'm not just saying sort of dreaming. I'm saying, where do you want to plan yourself to be and work towards that particular goal? Now, how do you actually do that? Well, what I would say, it's fairly easy to do and think about. Very, 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 very difficult to do it behaviorally with the life that's going on around you. So what I would suggest that you do, here's the sort of secret sauce. It's kind of not so secret. Everybody knows this kind of stuff. A lot of people know this kind of stuff, but I'm going to tell you this anyways. What you have to do, take 10% of whatever you make and save that 10% for things that happen in your immediate vicinity, and saving for your retirement, saving for things that are going to come towards you in a few more years. Take another 10% of whatever you make and start investing it in building your career. So if you make $1,000 a year in rural Brazil, what I want you to do, and hopefully somebody passes you this video, what I want you to do is take $100 and invest it in yourself. And how do you do that? Well, you save it every single year for 5 to 10 years until you get $500, till you get $1,000 that you saved. Then you take that and you invest it in some sort of capability. So what is a capability? For most of us as human beings on this earth, is getting more education of some sort. But I don't want you to get just any old education. I don't want you to get just practical education, as some people might say. But what I want you to get is education that's actually meaningful and is going to develop your capabilities and push you forward, whatever that's going to be. So perhaps it is getting programming skills. Perhaps it is taking a course in knitting because you absolutely love knitting, and you figured out that there's this wonderful platform called Etsy that you can sell all of your stuff on to somebody that's over in Tallahassee. And you perhaps might also take a course on maybe it's architecture, and you learn how to do beautiful designs in architecture, and then you start applying it to the buildings that are being built up around you wherever you are in rural China, in Indonesia, wherever you are at this moment. You do that, and you do that for 30 years. You do that for 40 years. And what will end up happening is you'll build a little bit of wealth, a little pocket of wealth. Then what you do is you leverage it and hopefully invest it in the family around you, and you bring your family along for the ride, and you teach them these very same skills, and hopefully they will go on and do a little better things. So my own story, my grandparents from a long time ago moved over from Poland just before the Second World War into rural Canada and created a homestead. Actually carved out all of the trees in rural Ontario, and it's cold. It's minus 40 for 6 weeks. And my dad they actually lived in a garage for, 5 years while they saved money to build a house. They worked and worked and worked. It wasn't a really fancy job in any sort of way. My mom had a similar experience. Didn't grow up with a lot, not at all, right? Like kind of living on dirt floors kind of stuff. They got together. They got married when they were 16 years old. My mom was 16. How wonderful is that? Truly, truly amazing thing. And they built a family, and they invested. They took a little bit, and continued to invest in their family and who they are as their surroundings. Then I was able to benefit from some of that wonderful stuff that they did. I was able to go and have a very calm environment where we had a wonderful family and everybody sort of got along. As you know, families are, we sort of get along in one way or another, but we had morals, we had values, and I was able to take that and leverage it and go to university. And as I did that, I developed some skills, and I continued to invest and develop my own skills. And we were able to end up in this crazy place now in Florida, going from rural Ontario. I was not that smart, and we're in Florida at this moment, and I'm absolutely privileged to be here. And so that's what you have to think about when you are building the things around you. And we could do this no matter where you're at and what sort of government that you're under, what kind of craziness that's happening around you. If somebody steals your money, start all over again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. People are going to steal your money. They're going to get ripped off. Government's going to take your money unfairly. Weird things are going to happen, like a pandemic, a global financial crisis. But you keep taking that little bits of money, that 10%, saving it towards your future and taking another 10% and investing in your own education, your own skills. A big part of what this whole reciprocity project is me investing in building this particular platform, or us, my family, building this particular platform and building this out so that we can serve more people and have it a bigger part of the world around us. So I want you to pass this video around to other people, particularly those that are still struggling. Know that this struggle is real. It's a very difficult thing to do behaviorally. We all struggle with it. Doesn't matter who you are and what you look like, what kind of color of skin you have, what countries you grew up in, what family you came from, whatever it is, it's a behavioral struggle. We all face this. We face this thing where we have these trade-offs where we want immediate rewards. I ate a bag of chips last night, and boy, it was wonderful. But do you think it benefited me today on this run? Absolutely not. It was terrible. We all like to have these immediate rewards and these long-term benefits, and sacrificing for these long-term benefits is extremely difficult But the more that you get that in your mind, the better off you're going to be. If you're that person that can live off of 50% of your salary and continue to reinvest 50% of your salary, you're going to do much better. Companies that do that do much better if they invest in a vast majority of their returns in R&D and keep developing things going forward. The same thing that you should be doing. You should be treating yourself as a company, imagining yourself that you are actually investing in your own research and development, in product development, and building your capabilities and continuously building your capabilities and getting information around you from other people that seemingly are doing much better than you or that you can trust. Those are two really important things that you need to combine and get insight from those particular people. There's not a lot of people in this world that you can trust. There's lots of snake oil people out in this world. They're going to be really scary. They're going to tell you some wonderful things, and they don't know jack shit. So what I'm going to say is continue to live your life to the fullest. Invest in yourself. Build the people around you. Give back as much as you possibly can. And thank God, or thank whoever it is. Thank the evolution of this world, or Charles Darwin, or whoever, that we live here in this day and age, in this crazy time. All right. Take care and have a wonderful day. And good luck on your journeys. Bye.